the Yankees decided to celebrate Mother's Day in the best way possible, winning the series against Tampa Bay and looking good in the process. What's going on, guys? It's the King of 161st Street. I'm back in another video, and game one, we have shit to talk about here. Offensively, it wasn't the best outing we could have asked for. The Yankees did just enough on the backs of Anthony Rizzo, RBI single, and then coming up in the ninth inning, giving Clay Holmes a little bit of breathing room, giving that solo home run, making it a 2-0 game. But we're not here to talk about that. Clarke Schmidt finally put the pieces together. We all knew that Clarke Schmidt was talented. He had good stuff. It was, can he put it together, face a lineup for the third time, get into the sixth inning, get past the sixth inning, and show that he can actually give you length. He finally put these pieces together and gave you 6 2/3 of no-run baseball. This is the Clarke Schmidt that I needed to see before I ever thought about giving him a rotation spot when Cole gets back. He finally put that piece together, and now the Yankees have a lot of options going into the second half of the season when we have Cole, when we have a full rotation. There's a few options that they have, and I'll bring those up at the end of this video, but let's get into game two. The Yankees win that game 2-0 on the backs of a Clay Holmes save where he definitely made it interesting, but ended up getting out of it. Game two, Nestor Cortes is so up and down. He's either giving you 8 innings of 0-run baseball, or he's giving you what you got yesterday. He gives you 4 to 5 runs of mediocre baseball. And I mean, with a pitcher like Nestor Cortes, it's kind of what you expect. Low 90s on his fastball, and when he can't get you that life, it becomes batting practice for some of these hitters. One bright spot in this game was Anthony Volpe, who went 3 for 4, got both RBIs in the game. He has been on fire over his past 5 games. It's kind of gone under the radar because of guys like Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, some of the pitching performances. He hasn't really gotten the spotlight, but he's finally showing you why he deserves this leadoff spot. I'm happy that Anthony Volpe's finally stepping up. It obviously wasn't enough to win this game. And in the rubber match, we had Luis Gil on the mound, the young stud, and he did it again, giving you no runs over 6 innings, giving you some of the best baseball on the Yankees right now. He is one of the more consistent starters in baseball at the moment. He was able to, without his A++ stuff, was able to continue to figure it out, was able to locate his fastball, able to change velocities on his fastball, which is a very interesting thing that he does. Sometimes he'll throw a fastball and it's 93. Sometimes he'll throw a fastball and it's 97. He's very good at changing the velocity on it. I've already told you a lot about his changeup. His breaking pitches are starting to get there. Masterful performance. And then we get to the 7th. They bring in Caleb Ferguson. Caleb Ferguson, on paper, was supposed to be an amazing Wandy replacement. Wandy Peralta was a great setup man for the New York Yankees. I was sad to see him go in free agency. When we traded for Caleb Ferguson, I thought we would be okay because Caleb Ferguson has the talent. If you notice his pitches, do any of you notice that his pitches basically do the same thing? He has a 4-seam fastball, a cutter, and a slider. What do? They all go outside on lefties and inside on righty. His 4-seam fastball, because of his arm angle, is kind of going in on a righty. He has a cutter that obviously will go in, and then a slider that obviously will go in on a righty. He doesn't have much variety there. So for him, it's all about location and swing deception. He loads the bases and brings up Jose Siri, gives him 2 fastballs on the outer part of the plate. You see he put some good swings on that. He also got a good take. So then he comes back inside with a cutter. He sees he has a pretty awful swing on it. So what does he do? Either A, go back inside where his swing was awful, or B, give him a fastball up on the outer part of the plate and let him hit it. He went with option B, gives up a grand slam. Most Yankee fans in this moment are thinking, wow, Luis Gil's performance is going to go to waste. we're going to have one of the most brutal losses of our season. We may not bounce back from this. It doesn't help that Nick Birdie comes in. He gives up a hit, a walk, a hit batter, and gets pulled immediately. Then Luke Weaver comes in, who should have come in the first place to start the inning. That's neither here nor there. And then he hits a batter to start his outing. It's 6-5 at this point, but then Weaver hunkers down, and I have to give him a ton of credit for how he hunkered down and was able to get the next two batters. Then came out for the 8th, completed a 1-2-3 8th. Luke Weaver was able to survive, and that's what you want out of your bullpen when they're having that type of day. Just survive and advance. This is one of the first times the bullpen has truly almost choked away a game that we had in the bag. They ended up not choking it all the way. The offense was backed by another Anthony Volpe good performance. Aaron Judge hits a home run in this game. We have a lot of good performances offensively. Jose Trevino hits a bomb. It was a very good day overall, capped off by a Gleyber Torres 3-run homer. I'm starting to become a jinx for some of my videos because every time I talk shit or talk somewhat down on a player, they always go and hit a home run or have a Clark Schmidt type performance that he had in the series opener. I'm starting to become a big jinx. So if you start seeing a lot more videos about me slandering players, even if it's non-deserved, that is why. Anyways, on to the topic of today's video and the title. What do the Yankees do now when Gerrit Cole gets back? Everyone in this rotation has given you reason as to why they belong in this rotation long term. Obviously, they signed Marcus Stroman to be in the rotation all full time. Same thing with Carlos Rodon. Those are not going to change. Those are stamped in. They will stay in the rotation. Obviously, when Gerrit Cole gets back, he is our ace. So 3 spots are already filled. Nestor Cortez has been a starter on this team for the past 3 to 4 years. A lot of people are starting to lose trust in him though because of his wavy performances. He's either giving you 8 shutout or he's giving you 5 with 5 to 6 earned runs. Still has a 4 ERA even though he's gone into the 8th inning with no runs 3 times. Absolutely crazy. I do not see them taking him out of this rotation. So really here, you have 3 options. You move Heel to the bullpen, you give Clark Schmidt the 5th starter spot, and you go with that. You flip that. Heel gets the starting spot, Clark goes to the bullpen, and we go with that. Or option C, something I'm becoming a little bit more receptive to, is a possible 6-man rotation. Now, 6-man rotations are not common in Major League Baseball. You usually stick with the normal 5, mainly because a lot of players are just used to the 5-day rotation. A lot of players do not like having that extra day of rest. It kind of puts them out of whack, and then bad shit happens during that moment. But if you're the Yankees, you have to look at this rotation and you have to say to yourself, we have 6 starters that have proven they belong. And at this point, it could be a travesty to take anyone out of this rotation. Like I brought up, there's 3 guys that are staples. You're not taking out Rodon, you're not taking out Stroman, and you're obviously not taking out Cole. So you could just take that out of your mind. They are not taking out any of those guys. Luis Gil right now is pitching to a 2.53 ERA with less than a 1.1 whip. What else does he have to do to earn a starting spot on this team? Like I said, he's one of the most consistent starters in the league right now. What does he have to do? And then you look at Clark Schmidt, although has had performances where he starts to falter later on in the game, he just put out a performance that shows you that he has the ability to be a guy to give you 6 2/3, no runs. He still has a less than 3 ERA. How do you take that guy out of the rotation right now? It's disrespectful. You have 6 starters right now deserve time, not just want time because they are starters and they are good. They have earned it. All 6 of them have earned a spot in this rotation. A 6-man rotation would be a lot. It would be a lot of change, but I do believe that it is the right thing for this team. Once it comes postseason time, you're going to have to shorten that out. We know that, but that's where you throw some of these guys in the bullpen. If you're going to cut the rotation from a 6 to a 4 or back to a 5-man, that's when you throw a guy like Clark Schmidt back to the bullpen to sort of give yourself that extra depth. there's other ways you can work around this to where once it comes postseason time, everything can fall into place exactly how you need it to. You can use this 6-man rotation to figure out who's going to be consistent come September, come October, who's going to be hot, who will be not. And in doing that, you are giving guys who have earned this spot an opportunity to start. That to me is probably the best opportunity for us to continue to win at the clip that we are winning at, because no one expected us to be here. With Garrett Cole out, our leadoff hitter in DJ LeMahieu, no one expected us to pitch the way we're pitching and to be as consistent hitting the way we're hitting, being on par with the Baltimore Orioles. Yes, the series against them didn't go as planned. Record-wise, are still on par with the Baltimore Orioles, on par with some of the best teams in Major League Baseball, the Braves, the Dodgers, all of them. We're not expected to be here. The main reason we have gotten to this spot is because of the likes of Luis Gil and the likes of Clark Schmidt. Garrett Cole is obviously going to add an extra oomph to this rotation, is needed if we want to win a championship. He is a Cy Young winner, probably the best pitcher in baseball when healthy. He is the guy. There's a reason he's getting paid $300 million. Without a guy like Luis Gil, we don't get to this point. Without Clark Schmidt, we may not get to this point. So to take that away from them and to put them back in the bullpen, I know I've been on the Clark Schmidt go to the bullpen train, but that's part of because of the stats and what I've seen game by game. But now I'm starting to adjust because he has proven now he can do it. So now you start looking at the numbers in its totality, because now he's proven I can go 6 2/3. I can give you that shutout, minimal walks, innings as efficient as possible. Something he hasn't done all year is make his life easy, keeping innings with his pitch count at a reasonable level. And that's exactly what he did against Tampa Bay. Now listen, this Tampa Bay team is not the Tampa Bay teams of a couple years ago. This isn't the World Series Tampa Bay team. This is a team that's below 500 and has been struggling. Tampa Bay always plays the Yankees the hardest. Something comes out of them when they play us that they are always going to give us a fight. We saw that in game 3 of this series. They will never go down to the New York Yankees without a fight. So for our starters to do what they did in this series, talking specifically about Clark and Luis, for what they did in this series, it shows exactly what their potential is and why this rotation will be so much more benefited by a 6-man rotation than throwing one to the bullpen. Is there benefits to putting one in the bullpen? Sure. Maybe nights like this where a guy has a great outing, it won't happen because then you could throw a Clark Schmidt out there to close the door. Maybe that's a good option. But seeing what Clark Schmidt can do and seeing what the bullpen has already done, we have the best bullpen in baseball by far, probably shrunk now because of this performance from Caleb Ferguson. Never mind that, before this game, we had the best bullpen in baseball. Having Garrett Cole back might just be the only thing we need to change in order to make this a championship roster. But I want to hear what you guys think. Do you think that Clark should go to the bullpen? Do you think Luis Gil should go to the bullpen? Or do you think the Yankees should try and test out this 6-man rotation idea? Let me know down below. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I'm out of here. Take care and peace.